class. So what happens is I notice mostly here are my usual students lah, okay? But if you're not my usual student, you are just seminar student, right? Like usually not in TDC lah, okay? So what you can do is prepare yourself with a piece of paper. Okay, so those that usually join my class, you would have an exercise book, just use that, okay? But if you don't have an exercise book, just use any papers, can be foolscap paper lah, can? All right, so the plan today, right, just let you all know first, we are doing record tak lengkap. Okay, we're doing record tak lengkap. And 2 hours time should be enough for us to cover two parts of record tak lengkap, which is kaedah perbandingan dan kaedah analysis. So that would be my focus topic for today lah, okay? Now, I won't be spending time on chapter 3.1 because chapter 3.1, right, I have a video on my YouTube. So if you guys need that, you can watch it through my YouTube channel. So for today, I will cover the ones that's tougher, which is record tak lengkap. Because usually, record tak lengkap, right, if you listen to the video, you will understand at that moment, but after a while you forget again. So I think it's more important compared to 3.1. And also if it comes out in your first term exam, normally the marks will be way higher than 3.1. Okay, so just letting you all know lah, okay? So far, what I've heard from most of my students, that their exam would cover only kaedah perbandingan. Hi Ashley, hi. Good morning. Okay, so I was thinking that since mostly school says that it's gonna come out with kaedah perbandingan, so my target is for the first hour, I will discuss kaedah analysis with you all. And the second hour, I will be doing kaedah perbandingan. And since perbandingan's format is way shorter, right? I think we should be able to try at least 2 questions in full. Okay, so that's my target for today. All right, yeah, come. So let's write on a piece of paper first. Let me explain to you all how the structure of record tak lengkap question will be. Okay, yeah? Sorry, guys, my voice might sound a bit weird because it's still in the morning. My voice are not warmed up yet. So later you will start to feel like my voice getting higher pitch. Now it's still very low because just warm up. Not warm up yet, okay? Just woke up a few hours ago, so it's like that lah, okay? Right, come. So let's write, yeah? For today's topic, we're doing Form 5. Chapter 2, record tak lengkap. So first one we are covering is gonna be kaedah analysis. Now maybe you guys will be thinking, why not just do it on the question paper instead, like those soalan? Now, but I think that firstly, you have to understand how the structure of question is in order to score. Otherwise, you'll be very blur. You don't know where to look for the items. And sometimes they will change the structure, correct? They will change the sequence and everything. So what you need to recognize is the information given and to identify the sections out loud, okay? So the first section in record tak lengkap. Now, before we go into the sections of the question, just letting you all know that record tak lengkap means they didn't mengikut sistem catatan bergu. Tidak mengikut sistem catatan bergu. Catatan bergu. Only recorded one side or tidak direkod. So there is 2 possibilities lah, okay? Whether it is they didn't record at all or they only recorded one side. So the thing about kaedah analysis is, I mean the whole chapter lah, okay? It's more of like a taking a guess, you know, okay? But also there are ways to identify. So the guideline is, right, if they wanted it to be tidak direkod, means both debit, credit, not done. The entire system catatan bergu is not done at all, okay? But if I say tidak mengikut sistem catatan bergu, means I somehow already recorded one thing, but the other not yet. So what you gotta do for them is to help them record one more item out, so then they can be debit once and credit once. So this is the requirement, can understand? So this first thing you understand about record tak lengkap is most of the stuffs they recorded one side. But how do you know if they did not record at all? Unless stated belum direkod. belum dicatat. Yeah, then I can assume they want me to do both the debit and the credit side, or both the steps of your pelarasan. Okay, right. So now, the first section of the question is that they will provide you with baki. Okay, so I call that as the baki area. Why? Because baki actually has two types, right? What are the types of baki? Can anyone tell me? You have two types of baki. What is the name of the baki? You can give me the ones that are in short form and or the ones in formal form. We have two ways of mentioning them. Okay, so they give you dates, guys. They will give you like this. 1st Jan 2024. Okay, 31st December 2024. Yeah, very good. Racing and Dikshita is correct. Now, the 1st Jan will be seen as BB, or otherwise known as Baki Awal. So we have two ways of mentioning it, okay? We have the short form way. I mean, no, it's not considered short form now, but we used it in Leisure. Okay, now I tell you that mostly we say awal, but unless you're doing account kawalan, yeah, then we will say baki BP for them. Okay, so it depends on where you apply lah. If it's in a formal report, like penyata kedudukan kewangan, can you say inventory baki BP? Of course you cannot. You will say inventory awal. Can you understand? Right, so then the other one, 31st December, is HP RQ. Okay, Baki AKAUN. Now, in the list of Baki, right, what you should be doing is, here, you will use for PKK. But let me test you guys, okay? If you want to use it for PKK, do you take numbers from this AWAL section, or do you take from the AKAUN section? Just seeing if your understanding is there. Okay, if you want to use it for PKK, do you look at the numbers in the AWAL section, or you look at the numbers under AKAUN section? Yes, okay, very good. We take from the AKAUN section. Why? Because we are now reporting for the year. We are trying to see as of year end, how much is left. So that's why you're going to bring it at the PKK, so that from HP until the next day, it will go back to the status of Baki PP for our next tempo. Can you understand? So that's why in PKK, right, when you want to record, the names you will follow the list here, but number you can only take 31st December. So what is the point of giving you 1st January? Then I would say in KAEDAH analysis, record tak lengkap, mostly the baki awal is for us to find one thing, model awal. Then you can put it into the PKK, okay? Secondly, you will also use them for pelarasan. So that's the tricky part. Record tak lengkap, right, is full of hidden items. So you have to look for it yourself, you know? Okay, so the baki area is not just to use for PKK, also used for pelarasan. Okay, now you have to understand one thing, that in the baki area, we actually do not have belanja or hasil allowed here. Why? Because belanja, right, is as if like now, I spend 5 ringgit buying Mentos. And this is expenses of what? May, correct? The month of May. Can I say on June, I also spent 5 ringgit on Mentos where I didn't buy them? Of course I can't. Belanja can't be brought forward, okay? So if I spend it in the year, then that is the year's expenses. I wouldn't carry forward to a new year. Can you understand? So that's why in the Baki section, right, what you can look for is only to have asset, liability, and equity per minute that they will provide for you, okay? So in Baki area, only ALEP. So let me give you guys some example here, okay? So most of the time, the common things that they will give you is a list of ABS. Some of them, I think 2. I put 2 here. Common ones are kenderaan. Maybe I put 1 is premise. Okay, what other things they will give you? Of course, after ABS, they will also have you AS as well. So, because to open a business, you don't have assets muscle, it's impossible, okay? What is the AS that is a must-have? Of course, our inventory. And one more, anyone knows what's the assets muscle? It's a necessary for business other than inventory. Very important one. Yes, okay, Wei Xin's answer is also good. This account belong terima. Okay, but there's also one more. Give you guys a clue. It starts from B. Okay, starts from B. Yeah, Dikshita is correct. Yeah, Leora is also correct. Okay, bank. But the sad news is they won't put in for you. Okay, that happens to be our first step to do later. So because they purposely left out the bank for us, then if you just use the list given to find your model hour, it will be inaccurate. So what happens is you gotta find the bank out yourself and fill up to the list. So normally this list of Baki, right, there will be some empty spots there, okay? So now I say after inventory, after ABT, they will also give you account belong buyer. And maybe if they want to, they can also come up with pinjaman. Okay, so let me just put example over here, pinjaman. Okay, so what is your first step? First step is I wouldn't look at other places. I will be looking for model hour. But if you want to be careful about the model hour, right? Because I said, you notice there's no money here. It's impossible. Bank must be present, correct? Where can I find the info from? Okay, you all leave some empty spaces. Then you go to number 2. This is section number 2. In the question, they will also provide you with what? They will provide you with the buku tunai. Where's the middle point? Okay, all right. Buku tunai. All right, so usually, buku tunai, right? If they give it this way, it's really very good. If they don't want to make it easy for you, how would they put it? They will call it penerimaan, one section. Pembayaran, one section. That's even more confusing. But if they just show you this way, buku tunai, then it's good because you know how a buku tunai works. Buku tunai is representing asset. So the debit side is meaning money comes in, positive. Credit side for buku tunai, money goes out. But guys, if you notice inside the buku tunai, it is written with only one RM column. Should I look at it as tunai or should I look at this buku tunai as bank? Which one do you guys think is my priority? Tunai or bank is more important? Which one? I hope you guys know. Yeah, so actually bank is the one that's more commonly used. Why? Because of the convenience. If I have cash only, then I cannot accept online transfer. I cannot do payment with check, correct? And most of the time, our expenses is so huge. If I use cash, it's so dangerous, correct? That's why if they never say anything, only put RM, one column only, guys, you will see it as your account bank. Is that okay? Regardless of the title, it's still account bank. So what you gotta do here is you look for such information inside. Surely they will put on Baki BB. Okay, let's say 50,000. So what you do now is you move this number up into the Baki area. You add on to the bottom of pinjaman. Put the 50,000 under 1st January by yourself. Is that okay? So you got to do it yourself. Baki BB, you don't have to find one. It must be given by the question. So you just copy, put it on top. Okay. Now what else you got to find by yourself? I say you got to look for Baki HP yourself. And this Baki HP can be found like the usual way. How do you find a HP inside of a ledger? You got to take the debit and the credit side to compare with each other, correct? So that's assuming that the question is quite good. They give us the total already. So they tell you that the left-hand side is up to 85,000 and the right-hand side is up to 60,000. So how am I supposed to know the Baki HP then? Then I will say the Baki HP is supposed to be 85,000 minus 60,000. That is 25,000. Now, you all may think that, hey, teacher, how can they do that? This is imbalanced, right? Because it's a question. So what you gotta do with it? Nothing much. So they are trying to tell you that the total of the credit side is 60,000. So that's why they put it this way. And the debit side is equal to 85,000. So you clearly understand that it shouldn't be this way. So how can I make them balance then? Which is to find out the missing number, 25,000. And I usually, of course, wouldn't put it inside here because no one's going to look at your buku tunai in the question paper. So what you should do is put it also into your Baki area so you can utilize it later. 25,000. Is that okay? So for the first step, you got to seek for bank yourself. First step, find for bank. And what is the second step then? Second step then, we are now safe from all the assets already. Assets, liability, all is full, right? Then we look for model hour. Which section? Under 1st January. So I will draw a line underneath of the bank's number and look for model hour right here. And this model hours equation, right, is the basic formula of Form 4. Asset equals to L plus EP, remember? So if I want to find equity per minute with the given asset or liability, how should I do it? Equations be like, this is the equation. I want to find EP. What should you do? Move the L over to the other side. So the equation is asset tolak liability. So this is very basic. Even in Form 4, right, the first chapter we do calculation on, which is bab 2, the jadwal, remember? Also, you do the same way to find model 1. So no difference, guys. You learn it since Form 4 already. Just apply it here. So first, we're going to label everything in order to know which one to plus, which one to minus. So kenderaan is ABS. Premise, ABS. Inventory, AS. Account belum terima, AS. Account belum bayar, LS. And pinjaman. If never stated any tarik matang, pinjaman should be long-term, LBS. This is the default. Unless stated tarik matang means payment date, then within 1 year, I will put it as LS. More than 1 year, LBS. So now no date stated, I'll just put LBS. Okay, so what you do is assets, when you press on your calculator, all plus. But liability, minus. What about bank? Don't forget about it. Bank also AS. So we gotta add the 50,000 in. So in the end, total of your model hour, where would you use it? You will use it at your PKK lah. So you already have full set of item. But a special case is because model hour is the only hour item you will put inside of PKK in order to find what? Find model RQ. Okay, so special case here is find model RQ in PKK. So you cannot do it now. Model RQ has to be found from your PKK. So that's why you need to put model hour in, go through the process of tambah untung bersih, tolak ambilan. Then you can get your model RQ. So do it like the normal way, guys. All right, so now let me tell you what is the third step then. This is the second step. Find model. Okay, find model hour. Now, the third step is to identify your pelarasan already. So let me tell you, in your Baki area, you have pelarasan to do. But now I actually miss out some lah. But it's okay. I just put it here for you. That is example, kenderaan. How to know where there is a pelarasan? If you notice that the beginning of kenderaan is 80,000, but the Baki HP is 95,000. The moment where Baki changes means there is susut nilai happening. So you just relate to asset bukan semasa. What kind of things that you can do with ABS? Normally the pelarasan is susut nilai, correct? But how can the kenderaan increase if it's a susut nilai? Understand? It's weird, right? Okay. So how should I check for it? I say the only common understanding for it to increase is because you bought new kenderaan. Where can I find for this information that I bought kenderaan of how much? Of course, you gotta look at your buku tunai. Because you buy, right? Of course, you gotta spend money, correct? So if you were to see any kenderaan in the buku tunai, you look at the price. I tell you, it's a 20,000. Okay, what should you do with it? I say you investigate whether the amount is correct or not. If at the beginning of the year, I used to have 80,000, I go ahead and buy a new car worth 20,000. How much should the new cost be? Means the amount I own. You count 80,000 plus 20,000. Suppose, right, at 31st December, yeah, correct, Wei Xin, I should be writing here as 100,000. How come the question gave me 95,000 then? Then I tell you, this 95,000 is only for you to understand that the new portion, old portion, so far for this year has a susut nilai of, can you all see the difference? 5,000. So that's why it is written 95K there. So the 95,000 is only to help you identify the susut nilai. Do you need to keep the number? No, because eventually you will be able to find it later again. Why? Because now with you updating the cost back to 100,000 lah, you will know your SN is 5,000, right? Through the difference of the two numbers. And my suggestion is you can straight away modify the one inside your buku tunai to be written as susut nilai kenderaan dan susut nilai terkumpul kenderaan. Why I know it's a S&T also? Because if there is S&T lah, guys, it should be in the Baki list already. Because what is the type of S&T? S&T is a negative ABS. Am I right? So if it's a type of item, it should be at the Baki section. But they didn't give me, means that this is only the first year I have accumulated the susut nilai. So I will use this section here. Since the 20,000 is useless already, right? So I just replace it and put it as the susut nilai's figure, which is 5,000. So SM to us is a belanja, while S&T is a negative ABS. Both shares the number 5,000. So I say, how can I actually find the 95,000 for them later? You will do this in your PKK, right? Cost S&T nilai buku. As long as you did put the correct cost, which is the 100,000, you put the S&T 5,000 into minus, what would your nilai buku be? It will be 95,000. This is exactly what they wanted. They wanted you to have this 95,000 found as your nilai buku, not as your cost. Can you all understand? Okay, so how, again, do we identify susut nilai from the list? If you notice the Baki BB and the Baki HB is different, surely there is SN. But you can also check, if I tell you that the kenderaan here bought is not 20,000, is 15,000. Question is, do we actually have any susut nilai happening? I tell you, no. Because if I take 80,000 plus 15,000, what is the answer I will find? I will actually find 95,000. So in that case, no susut nilai is happening. I'm just mainly updating the price, and that's it. Do not have to find susut nilai. Any questions? All good? So if you see the number matches, it actually goes to the number after we plus. Okay, then no susut nilai. But after you plus, and there is still a difference between the cost and the 31st December, then meaning to say that they want you to find a susut nilai out of it. Okay, so how do we tell if there is no SN? No SN means it's like the premise. Started with 100,000, ends with 100,000 as well. So this is the kind of ABS which you do not have to do investigation. So there will be no susut nilai happening, no S&T for us to calculate. Is that fine? So this is a comparison for you all. How to tell if the ABS is suspicious and in need of pelarasan if the front and the back is a different number. Okay, right. So now continue. We finished the Baki section already. No other things to do pelarasan on. So coming up, we're going to go to the third section of your question paper. Below of your buku tunai is the maklumat tambahan. Okay, so this is where most of the adjustment will be done. Like the common ones we have is the prabaya, belum bayar, and so on, right? Okay, so let me tell you the list of maklumat tambahan possible to happen. Normally it's looking like this. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Now if you look at maklumat tambahan and you realize there are points related to account belum terima or account belum bayar. Okay, then what you should do is either to choose 2 steps or to choose 3 steps, okay? I put 3 steps. If belum direkod. So if you see the word belum direkod to happen, you will have to do 3 steps for the maklumat tambahan, which is uncommon because normally we do, right? Maklumat tambahan, pelarasan only requires us to do maximum 2 steps, right? But now, if it's related to ABT and ABB, what is the extra step to do? Actually, is the account kawalan. Okay, so just for your information, yeah, KAEDAH analysis requires everything from asset, liability, EP, belanja to hasil. All 5 categories are needed. So if I were to do a formal report, jualan and belian is needed, right? Where can I find jualan credit from? Account kawalan. Where can I find belian credit from? Also account kawalan. Just that one is ABT, one is ABB. Is that okay? So now we have a new preparation to do instead of just the normal 2 steps. That's why if belum di record, completely not recorded, we have to do all 3 steps. Number 1, label as AKP or hasil belanja. Okay, so you have to pick lah, because you see, if I want you to recognize the terms, I can just give you the list, okay? Account belum terima related is gonna be pulangan jalan, okay? Discount diberi, and hutang lapor. If you see these 3 appearing inside of the maklumat tambahan, then it is for account belum terima. And also you see, how can I know to label AKP or do I put hasil belanja symbol? Very simple. You see these 3 things, which one is at your account perdagangan? Only one, pulangan jalan. Other than that, discount diberi and hutang lapor will be labeled as belanja like the normal way, okay? So if you see pulangan jalan, only you will use AKP. So I give you 2 options. All right, now, second step, after labeling, is you will assign them to the correct account kawalan. So account kawalan, whether you want to choose belum terima or you want to choose belum bayar. Choose one, okay? Account kawalan belum terima or belum bayar. And number 3, this number 3 is only for belum di record. Minus from baki, HB, ABT, or ABB. So it means it will actually affect the baki. Since it's belum di record, baki is not updated, you have to help them to update. So this is the 3rd step, which is extra for belum di record. If they never say belum di record, what is the 2 steps you have to do? Only the first and the second step, no 3rd step here. So that's why I say I write the 3 steps first. So it's full, right? So when it's 2 steps, you don't have to write it again, okay? 2 steps. If not stated, belum record. How to say not stated leh? It's like this. They put at maklumat tambahan, discount diberi, 500. This is called not stated because the information now is only telling me, oh, there is a discount diberi of 500. So I will understand it as the question only wants me to assign where the discount diberi goes. They never say that it is not yet deducted from account belum terima. So I cannot be assuming to do 3 steps, which includes the minus HB. So that's why this 500, can I apply it to this section here? No, you shouldn't touch your baki HB at all. Its original number, just leave it there. So what you got to do about the discount diberi? Apply the 2 steps, which is number 1, label as belanja. Second step, put them into account kawalan belum terima. Is that okay? So if you don't put it into the account kawalan, you wouldn't be able to find the accurate jualan. Because the understanding is, since they already deducted from the baki HB themselves, will the number actually be shown inside the account kawalan after? Not anymore. So that's why if I want to explain why the baki HB is lacking of the 500, I will tell them, actually there was a discount diberi. So after deducting it, that's why baki HB now is of this status. Okay, so discount diberi, 2 steps. Label and put into account kawalan if it's not stated. Okay, but what if it's stated? I say stated hutang lapor RM 100 belum record. Okay, guys, I got no space, so I put like that. Okay, belum record keyword. Never record. All right, so I will first label as belanja. Second, I also put into account kawalan belum terima. 2 steps already. Third step, I come up here. If the baki of ABT is maybe 5,000, I will have to deduct it by 100, showing 4,900. So this is what you should do for the hutang lapor. Is that okay? Because they say it's belong the record. So the hutang lapor that happened is right now, I haven't recorded it yet. Because how can I actually foresee a hutang lapor? They just want to run away suddenly. I will do it at the moment when they run away. Okay? So the 5,000 has to be affected by the hutang lapor since stated belong the record. Is that okay? So if it's 2 steps, means you take only number 1 and number 2. No minus baki, HP. Okay, so for 2 step, no minus baki HP. So then the third one is, I would say no need to write anymore lah. But if you want an example, right, it can be like this. Pulangan jualan dan pulangan belian. So maybe they should put some number, I forgot. Okay, pulangan jalan is 700, pulangan belian is 500. So can you guys tell me, is this going to be 3 steps or 2 steps? Anyone can tell me? For point 3, if it's only pulangan jalan 700, pulangan belian 500, do we do 3 steps or 2 steps? Yeah, okay, very good. I miss out as, okay, 2 steps because any belum di record or belum dicatat stated? No, so we are gonna do only the 2 steps for them, which is label and put account kawalan. So how should we label pulangan jalan? The way to label is put as AKP. Second, account kawalan, belum terima. While for pulangan belian, we also put AKP, comma, put into account kawalan, belum bayar. Is that fine? All right. So normally maklumat tambahan is this one only now. So if you want to see other things, I say just the normal way to work with. So of course, inside of the buku tunai, they will have some other belanjas like what? Commonly seen is gaji, maybe insurance. Okay. On the other side, there will be commission. And of course, surely they will give you what information? They will give you a jualan here. There will be a belian on the right side. Jualan and belian. So what does this jualan and belian mean? This one is in buku tunai, means they are done through payment straight away. So I sell, the customer pay me. I buy, I pay on the spot. So there is no debts. But are they the jumlah jualan dan jumlah belian? No. So how am I supposed to find the jumlah jualan and the jumlah belian? So account kawalan is the step for us to find the jualan and the belian credit. So just remember the main structure. Account kawalan, right, can be done very simple. And you don't need to show them the working if they didn't ask for it. So you just do a scribble or a rough calculation outside, maybe on your question paper. This is account kawalan belum terima. I just put ABT. Account kawalan belum bayar, ABB. Now remember, basic 3 things inside of the account kawalan is baki BB, bank, baki HP. Okay, I will always leave extra spaces below of bank lah, because in case of anything like discount, pulangan, or hutang lapor to happen, then I will put it underneath. While for account belum bayar, same 3 things, but different direction. Baki BB on the right, bank on the left, HP also on the left. Okay, so why is the position this way? Because you must understand ABT is a form of AS, ABB is LS. So the position for Baki, right, is actually fixed one. Baki BB is always on their positive side, while HP sits opposite, right? As of why bank is inside, you see, bank is sitting on a negative position, right? You first need to understand what is ABT and ABB meant as. ABB and ABT is equals to hutang. So when I record inside, right, what I'm saying is my customer's hutang to us is this much. And why do we put a bank on the negative side? Because the customers actually pay us right now. So their debt will get lesser. And the other way around, if it's account belum bayar, why is there a bank sitting on the negative side? I'm the one who owes the money. So what should I do? Of course, I have to pay in a year, correct? So when I pay, bank will be explained on the negative side as the payment method. How did the hutang get lesser? Oh, I pay them with bank. So that's why bank is default inside. Okay, so where can you find this three information? You want Baki, right? Of course, you get from here. Can Baki get from here. If you want bank, look for buku tunai. That's all the places you have what. Okay, so copy. Inside of the bank, there should be seen as account belum terima like this. Yeah, so you just copy this number. If it's like, let's say 800. Okay, I'm gonna take this away. If it's written inside, take it away, bring into the account kawalan, put here. Is that understandable? So actually inside of the buku tonight, the ABT given is only for you to do account kawalan. After you took it, then you don't keep it inside already, just remove. Okay. So once we put the BB, put the bank and the HB, what are the things we can put? Follow your label here. Account kawalan belum terima. We have 1, 2, 3. 3 items to put in, all to be negative side. Discount 500. Hutang lapor 100. We also have a pulangan jalan 700. After we put in everything, balance both sides, you will be able to find jualan over here on the positive side. Is that okay? So standard thing is BB Bank HB. Other than that, it's gonna all be from your maklumat tambahan. No? Meanwhile, for ABB wise, we have only this one. Pulangan berlian to record because it's account kawalan belum bayar. So we're gonna put that also to the negative side. Pulangan berlian. 500. Okay, then balance both sides. Find out how much is your berlian on the right-hand side. So we can actually do this very quickly. So because it's a rough calculation, unless the question stated menyediakan account kawalan, then guys, you got no choice. You have to do it. Okay. All right. So other than that, yeah, if they were to come up with questions like this, insurance, prabaya, RM 200. Okay, so just remember the standard step is number 1, I will use insurance prabaya as my asset semasa later during PKK. Second step is how does it affect insurance? When I prabaya, should I include it inside or should I deduct it out? Guys, insurance prabaya is too much or too little? Prabaya, too much or too little? Okay, in that case, it's too much, right? So I cannot have it inside. Where can I look for the prabaya amount? Bayama, right? Where can I see payment? Of course, it's gotta be from your buku tunai. So the insurance, right? Maybe it's written 5,000 here. What you should do is cut it out, remove the number, change it to a brand new number. Remove 200 out of it because it's prabaya of 200, right? So suppose the payment should be done for the year. Is only 4,800. So we see this as belanja. So you just understand that when there is belanja or hasil calculation, terkurang terlebih, numbers all will come from buku tunai. This is the information you get from. Okay, right. So that's all. We will total have 3 sections. First one, baki. Second section, buku tunai. Third section, maklumat tambahan. So they might mess up the sections, but you just need to recognize where you find your information. If you want baki BB or HB, look for those with the list. Okay. If you want money or belanja hasil, you look from buku tunai. If you want to do pelarasan, everything from maklumat tambahan. Okay, right. So explanation done already. Now we're gonna start our question. Okay, come. So you all take out the seminar notes, right? Okay, take out the seminar notes. Now, don't worry about the notes that you're not able to finish writing, because this video, right, will be uploaded to YouTube once again, to our TTC YouTube channel. So you can watch it back after the session as well. So don't worry too much, okay? You can keep watching until you understand. So maybe at once you haven't gotten it, you can pause and watch that again later, okay? Right, so in this set of notes, the seminar notes, we will have muka surat 2 hingga 17 for rekod tak lengkap. So now what I want you guys to look at is KAEDAH analysis first. So the question that I will be choosing is page 6. Page 6. Can you all find it? Okay, I got page 6. So you see exactly the sections that I've mentioned just now. This part here where I draw the line on top is entirely Baki. We have BB, we have HB. Okay, label ready. Second section given, bank. Here, debit means positive. Terima wang. Credit is negative. Bayar wang. So if you want to find belanja or hasil, it's got to be from the second section here, okay? And third, below, at the maklumat tambahan. All of this, pelarasan. Okay, come. We look at the requirement first. They actually say, Anda dikehendaki menghitung jualan kredit dan menghitung belian kredit. So if it's menghitung, means calculate. Do you need to prepare account column? Show working using equation. No need for account column. But if you say, teacher, what about if I want to? No problem, go ahead, lor. But if you ask me, right, for a 2 marks question, is it worth it to do account column? Not really, because if you do account column, you have to write everything formally, you know, draw the T-shape, put dates, this and that. So then you take only 2 marks. So why not just follow the question requirement? Menghitung. I will show them what to plus with what, and then go ahead and find my jualan credit. Is that okay? So we can do it very quickly. And as to C, then we have 2 formal reports to prepare, account perdagangan dan untung rugi, as well as penyata kedudukan kewangan. Okay, yeah? Right, so now let's begin. Where to start from? I already say, first thing is you check from the Baki area, any bank given to you. Is it account bank, right? Can I have no bank inside of the list? You can't, because bank technically is a form of asset semasa. How can you have no this side of asset inside? So no bank given. What should we do? We will add in ourselves. So if you notice that the upper section has a space, then you put bank there. Why? Because you see, for this question, they didn't ask you to find for model. They gave you model hour already. But I want to check, is this model hour with bank or without bank? If it's with bank, then no problem. But if it's without bank, that's a problem. You have to change it for them. Okay, so how should I investigate? First of all, label. Bank, AS. I don't have a number yet. It's okay. All right. Kenderaan, ABS. Perabot, ABS. Inventory, AS. Account belum terima, AS. Account belum bayar, LS. Kada bayaran belum bayar, LS. Insurance prabayar, AS. Pinjaman, LBS, because there's no date stated. Front and the back is the same figure, so we still owe in long-term wise LBS. Model is a form of EP. If I want to find model hour, I gotta use asset tolak liability. So can you guys use your calculator and find me the current figure if without including bank? Okay, so let me show you the list of things you gotta do. You will be adding 1, 2, 3, 4 of them minus 2005 plus 60 minus 10,000. Can you all calculate this and tell me how much you got? 20,000 plus 6,000 plus 3,700 plus 1,800 minus 2,500 plus 60 minus 10,000. How much did you all get? Okay, very well. 19,060. So you see, how much is different by? If you minus 21860, there is a difference of 2,800. So this number, I suppose, is bank's baki. So they purposely missed out the bank. So if you did not put in the bank, you will get the correct model, but your upper section cannot balance with the bottom section when you do your PKK. So that's why now we're going to go and check, is the bank's baki BB really 2008? Don't have to count one. It's here, guys. Can you see? Baki BB bank 2008. Exactly. So what you got to do now, just write in 2,800. Then the problem is solved, okay? But now I still need one more information. What about the Baki HP then? I calculate now, okay? You see, the left side and the right side now, are they even balanced? No. But they did a very nice thing for you. They have totaled up the debit side and the credit side. So there is a obvious difference, right? So you just take 31,000 off minus 20,340. So you should be able to find the Baki HP. Is that okay? Come. 31,000 minus 20,340. What is the Baki HP of bank? Yeah, very good, Wei Xin. Lishita also correct already. 10,660. All right, so preparation done for the bank part. Okay, so next, do we have to find model ourselves? No need. So this is going to be model hour. But as of the question mark, this one will be found in PKK later. Why? Because for KAEDAH analysis, I will have a full set of answers. So you can actually find it later because you can take model awal plus with the answer you found here, that is account perdagangan dan untung rugi, untung bersih. So you can take model awal tambah untung bersih, tolak ambilan, so to find your model RQ. So don't be afraid of the question mark because it's only there to trick you. A lot of students will think that, oh, if there's a question mark, I have to find it myself. No, it can be found later. So don't rush on it. It can be in PKK. All right. So now what to do next? Next, look for pelarasan. Okay. So what I would do is usually to identify from the Baki section first. Remember just now I gave your example of ABS types, susut nilai. Can you tell me, among kenderaan and perabot, which one will fit into the calculation of SN I suggested just now? How do you check if one has a susut nilai through the Baki? You got to look at the front and the back number. Are they the same? Now for kenderaan, the front and the back is the same. So there is no susut nilai. They are remaining the same number. But for perabot, from 6,000, it has gone to 6,004. For ABS to increase, right, there's only one possibility. I have bought new perabot. Okay, so where can I find this information from? Now, buy something means you have to buy awang. Find it from your bank. Can you see the perabot right there? Okay, so I'm going to take the 1,000 ringgit. I will investigate whether the number matches. If at the beginning of the year, I have 6,000. Now that I bought 1,000 worth of perabot, my perabot supposed to be latest, not 6,004. Supposed to be 7,000 what? So this is our cost. And what is the susut nilai supposed to be? Then you just straight away compare 7,000 to 6,004. Difference is 600. That is exactly what they want you to find. Okay, so we utilize whatever is useless already. What's useless? This part. We're supposed to be cutting it off, but since there's a perabot word there and all my belanja basically will be found on the right side of bank, then why not just utilize it? Put it as susut nilai terkumpul perabot as a negative ABS. Also belanja symbol for susut nilai. I will have the number written with 600. Is that all right? Now, of course, if you don't want to put inside of here, you want to write somewhere else, up to you. But I want to be convenient, so I usually use whatever that's is given there, then I don't have to write extra times, okay? All right, so first, pelarasan, settled. Second pelarasan is inside of this Baki as well. Just now, I didn't manage to put example, but now you can see one. I told you all, suppose in the Baki list, there shouldn't be any belanja or hasil to appear, right? But I see KAEDAH bayaran. I see insurance. This is not normal. I mean, they are not wrong lah, because what they are putting here is the belum bayar version, the prabayar version. So when these two terms happen, you also know what these are always your pelarasan to be done, correct? So we are going to now settle for these two issues. Now, don't remember front and the back. Just remember one thing, year end. How do we settle when a number is kurang? Do you plus or do you minus? When kurang, do you plus or do you minus? So we're going to use that concept on the numbers of 31st December. So when is the kurang? We plus. What about when it is lebih, too much? Our solution to it is you minus. But this is only for year end. What about for the baki BB? We got a plus. So what is the concept of this? I asked you all to only remember the HB because it's go by logic. Kurang, too little, plus it back. Too much, lebih, minus it out. But for the front, you just remember HB and BB never the same side. So they will be one on the debit, one on the credit. You know how a T-shape works, right? It's either left side positive, right side negative, or right side positive, left side negative. So anyhow, your baki BB and HB would be on a different position. So it must be one to be positive, one to be negative. So how you remember? Say, just apply your year end, then you would be able to understand what to do for your beginning of the year. So right now, let's apply this to the amount we bayar, okay? Credit side. Can you all see KAEDAH bayaran? Okay, come, let's adjust the number. Yeah? Now it is already paid 890. But the question says not enough. You are missing a 230. So do what? Plus it inside. So 890 plus 230. Now it will become 1120. Put as belanja symbol. Okay. Second, we want to do is insurance prabayar. We have 60 to plus, negative 180 to do. So apply it to your insurance amount. 600. 600 plus 60 minus 180 will equals to? Cut it off. Replace with 480 belanja. Okay, so we are done with all pelarasan in the baki section. So the baki section, I usually will do first because they are hidden. If you forgot about them, then later your PKK, your account perdagangan, untung rugi will be missing a lot of marks. So make sure to always check the baki first. And now, then we can fully focus on the same section, which is maklumat tambahan. Remember what I say about the account belum terima and account belum bayar thing? Check if it's stated belum direkod or is it not stated belum record. Question now. Point 1, point 2, and point 3. They are all about ABT and ABB. Can you all tell me whether they are stated belum record or did not state belum record? Stated or not stated? If that's the case, do we do 3 steps or do we do 2 steps? For all 3 points here, they are similar right now. Yes, very good, Ishita. 2 steps for this question. Why? Because none of them actually says belum record, correct? So that's why what we're going to do, label and put them into account kawalan. That's it, okay? So what do we put for pulangan jalan? Pulangan jalan, we will put them into account perdagangan. Pulangan belian asphalt, also account perdagangan. Other than that, both into account kawalan. So we will have account kawalan, belum terima, belum bayar. Both. So to put which one in, I say PJ, pulangan jalan is for belum terima, PB is for pulangan, is for account belum bayar. Is that okay? So 2 steps already. Next. Point 2, discount diterima 370. Just label it as hasil. And second step, put into account kawalan, belum bayar. Why? Because if I pay, then I will receive discount, right? So that is the flow of it. So it's related to ABB. Done for point 1, point 2. And as to point 3, please do not get tricked. Dihapuskan? No, we just look at hutang lapor will do. So they purposely put it there to trick you one. Do not do anything about the dihapuskan. Put your hutang lapor as a belanja. Second is put it into account kawalan belum terima. So just for your information, the above stated items which relate to ABT and ABB all is to be deducted out from the account kawalan. All of them. Their effect is a negative effect. Because you imagine, we're talking about hutang. If I were to return the stuff to my supplier, how would my hutang be even more? No, hutang will become lesser. Second, if I receive discount, same case as well, hutang become lesser. Third, hutang lapor. What happened? Customer ran away. Why would I plus the hutang customer? They're already gonna run away. They don't want to pay me anymore. Of course, I will hapuskan dari account kawalan. So what they do? Negative. Is that okay? So right now, all 3 points settled. Then the rest we do like normal. Okay. Now point 4 here, kenderaan. Even though on top just now, we did not do any susut nilai for it because it maintained the same price, right? But it doesn't mean that there is no susut nilai. Maybe the formula is different only because this one here, the perabot, the one we calculate 7,000 minus 6,004 is a formula of penilaian semula. So SN actually have 3 types. Atas kos, baki berkurangan. These two is what you learn in Form 4, and the Form 5 one is called penilaian semula. So penilaian semula, then it is only to do plus minus between the numbers. So it's this one that you gotta check between BB, if there is any beli or draw, to get the cost and then compare with HB. So this is why when it comes to the baki section, you check whether there's any difference of the BB and the HB. Then it can be penilaian semula. The moment where BB, HB is the same, means you might apply atas kos or baki berkurangan on them. So anyhow, you take the front or you take the back, it's the same lah. We just take 20,000 of the kenderaan. Okay, we multiply by 10% atas kos. SN kenderaan equals to 2,000. But this number wouldn't only be your susut nilai, it will also be a susut nilai terkumpul kenderaan. Negative ABS, same number, 2,000 ringgit. Finish. So it's a simpler version of your susut nilai, the usual way we do, multiply by percentage. Okay, all right, now the 5th point. Faedah atas pinjaman. I hope you guys are not affected because recently in class we are doing perkongsian. So perkongsian's faedah atas pinjaman is a bit more pattern lah. But now we're doing a regular faedah atas pinjaman. Do not overthink, okay? Now 8%. If I want to calculate how much is the faedah, do not take the 350 and times 8%, guys. This one is bayar faedah, amount we pay. If you want to find the real faedah, what you should do is come by this place, pinjaman, take your pinjaman's figure. I would say if the number is the same, right, no matter which one you take, but if it's different, please calculate based on beginning of the year. Because why? If you bring yourself as the bank's point of view, would you charge your customer who borrows money at the end of the year? Of course not. I will charge you based on beginning of the year, because by then you're going to use my money for 12 months, right? Next year only you pay me again, so of course I charge you this 12 months period, how much you still owe me. So we go by baki awal whenever you calculate faedah atas pinjaman. So you take 10,000, if you times 8%, how much is that, guys? 10,000 times 8%. You just use your calculator. 10,000 times 8%. Very well, you will get 800 ringgit. So what you do is, come here, cut off the 350, replace it by 800. This is the actual faedah atas pinjaman. So what does it mean? I already said, the 350 is what you bayar. Is it what you should pay? No. Now you are missing how much? 350 paid. Still got 450 left, not paid. So what should I do about the 450? Okay, so we're going to utilize again the maklumat tambahan well. I will call it faedah atas pinjaman belum bayar LS 450. Is that okay? So if you're scared that you will forget, then I draw some arrow over lah. So it should be faedah atas pinjaman belum bayar 450. 2 steps completed. Okay, now last point already ya. Pemilik telah mengambil barang niaga 550 dan perkara ini belum direkodkan. Now I know at this point, surely there will be students saying, teacher, do I do 3 steps? Let me repeat again. The 3 steps thing is only when related to ABT or ABB. If it's not related to ABT or ABB, what should you do? For the normal way of belum record, we are always doing 2 steps. Is that okay? All right, so don't confuse yourself with that. That one is only when ABT or ABB. You choose between 2 steps or 3 steps. But if it's a normal point, 2 steps enough. Okay, maximum is 2 steps. Okay, so what are we going to do about the 550? First of all, did they say why the pemilik took the items for? If they never say, I will understand it as personal use, peribadi. And I'm going to find around if there is any ambulan inside of the bank. If there is, right, I will add into that because ambulan to be appearing under bank means the pemilik has took money from the bank account before this. But then, no, I cannot find any ambulan here. So means it doesn't appear before. I have to create the point myself. So I will be creating ambulan as negative EP 550. Can anyone tell me one more step to do? What is it? Barang niaga. What will be affected? Do not choose inventory. You have another choice. Very good, Junkit and Dikshita. Good job. Barang niaga cannot be from inventory, must be from berlian. Okay, but you see, we are going to find berlian credit later, right? So currently, the berlian shown here is only the partial amount. 4,300 is not full. So how can I actually get the true number? I say, just do some preparation now. 4,300, you put inside bracket, you minus 550. And then, right, you leave an empty spot for your berlian credit later. So once you fill up the empty spot, then you should be able to find the true figure of berlian already. Okay, so any problems, just do this. Means that you are already done with point number 6. You already show your working, but you're still missing berlian credit. So we wait lah. Okay, now all maklumat tambahan is done. Right now, let's try to work out the jalan credit and the berlian credit. Then the rest, right, I will leave it for you to do already. Okay, come, use the paper that you wrote on just now. We just do a rough calculation like this one here. Okay, we don't have to waste too much time, okay? You imagine now, if I were to have Baki BB, HB, bang. I don't draw lines because it's supposed to be fast, okay? I want ABT, If you want to draw, can draw. Fast, okay? Come, what is the Baki BB and HB of ABT? Baki BB, 1,008. Baki HB, 1,740. Take it, put inside. Where can I find bank? Go to account bank, look for account belum terima. At this point, it is useless. Cut it off. 7,005 will be brought into ABT. Now, what else is there for account belum terima? Look at your maklumat tambahan. Did you assign anything for the account kawalan belum terima just now? I say, yeah, quite a lot of them. We have pulangan jalan. What else? We also have discount, it's hutang lapor. So we have pulangan jalan and hutang lapor to record, which is 260 and 500. Pulangan jalan, hutang lapor, 260, 500. Okay, so right now, you don't have to do anything else. When you want to show them the working, it will be shown this way. Part A, jalan credit, right? You will write it as RM 7,500 plus 260 plus 500 plus 1,740 minus RM 1,800. Can you see what I'm doing? It's actually to have this credit side minus with the debit number. So I will be able to find what is missing over here, which is the jualan. Is that okay? So the way you show your equation is gonna be the bigger side to minus the smaller side. So you get your number in a positive form. So can you all tell me what you find for your jualan credit here? 7,500 plus 260 plus 500 plus 1740 minus 1,800. Your jualan credit is RM 8,200, correct? So you can do it super fast. Don't have to waste your time, okay? So bring this 8,002 to where? Question paper. 18,300 plus 8,200. Brand new jualan. 26,500. AKP. Okay, we're going to apply the same method for account belum bayar as well. ABB. How to position your stuff? BB on the right side. HB on the left side. Bang. What is the Baki BB and HB of account belum bayar? Look at your question paper. Baki BB of account belum bayar is 2,005. HB 2,300. 2,005. 2,300. You want to find the payment bank. Of course, look at account bank. Where is the account belum bayar? Right here. 6,900. Okay, remove it. No use already. Just bring over to your calculation. And now we're still missing two information. Pulangan berlian and discount. What is the number of pulangan berlian and discount? Pulangan berlian, this one is 130. Discount is 370. Okay, so put in 130, 370. Okay, so how can we find out the berlian credit? So B, berlian credit equals to, same way, bring the bigger side in first, which is here, debit. Combine everything together. 6,900 plus 130, 370, 2,300. Minus RM, 2,500. How much would it equals to? This is 900, yeah? Okay, very well. Dikshita is correct. 7,200. So bring this to where? You already get your 2 marks actually. This is 1 mark for the working, 1 mark for the answer. 1 mark for working, 1 mark for answer. So it's called 4 marks already. But in order to get full marks until your account perdagangan is that you have to update your berlian by adding the 7,200 in, which is here. Remember this? We're doing halfway. Okay, come. So what is the jumlah berlian in the end? Take 4,300 minus 550 plus 7,200. So the berlian that we still have right now with us is 10,950. So we consider this to be used under account perdagangan. So once everything here is done, guys, nothing else to do already. You can start preparing your report right now. But how you find information? I say, as of this point, if you want to do account perdagangan, let me show you where your information is. I highlight for you, okay? Account perdagangan. Your information is pulangan jalan, pulangan berlian. There is 2 here under maklumat tambahan. AKP lah, can see, right? Okay, where else got AKP? Above, jualan, berlian. Okay, move on further up, we have inventory. Awal dan akhir to use. And that's it. Okay, so later when you do your account perdagangan, what you would start with? Start with jualan, tolak, pulangan jualan. Found jualan bersih. Continue, cost jualan. You start with inventory awal. Berlian tolak pulangan berlian equals to cost berlian, because there is no angkutan, upah, duty, insurance atas berlian, right? So equals to cost berlian minus inventory RQ, you get cost jualan already. So it's a very simple AKP lah. Now as to when you found untung kasar below, how I say you have hasil commission here. How many hasil? 1 commission. 2 is discount diterima. So there is 2 hasil. As to belanja, we're going to have perabot susut nilai. We also have gaji, insurance, kada bayaran, sewa, and faedah atas pinjaman. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 here. Below, we also have hutang lapor number 7, susut nilai number 8. So conclusion, you will be seeing 2 hasil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 belanja for your account untung rugi. Is that fine? So you all go ahead and finish this up. And then what's left when you do your PKK? You only look from 2 sections. Baki, akhir, dan maklumat tambahan. Because inside of the bank account is only all left with what? Only left with hasil dan belanja. But of course, except for one thing, the susut nilai terkumpul you can get from here lah. Other than that, all you don't take is only going to be from this section and also upper section, baki HP. That's it. Okay, right. So already tell you guys what to do. So y'all can go ahead and write your answers out. Then next we're going to do is kaedah perbandingan. Okay, so make sure you all finish writing first. All done? Now I have another, I think around 50 minutes, I can say. Around 50 minutes, I will be using it on kaedah perbandingan. All right, now I want you all to use your paper or the exercise book once again. I will be explaining about kaedah perbandingan. Okay, I will be explaining about kaedah perbandingan. So now, is rekod tak lengkap? Kaedah perbandingan. So what is the difference between kaedah analysis and kaedah perbandingan? The main difference is on the banding part. So instead of finding step by step, this one I do the shortcut way, which is to bandingkan the model awal dengan model akhir. Okay, so I want to say it depends on situation. Some people are allowed to use kaedah analysis. Some you only can use perbandingan. So it depends on what the person able to give you full info or not. So now maybe it's after a fire accident. So all the documents were burned, but they still have records of their assets, liability, and EP. So the max I can do for them is, sure, you get me these 3 information. I can try to find the untung bersih for you, at least to prepare a PKK. But if you ask for account perdagangan dan untung rugi, it's impossible. Okay, so not using hasil dan belanja. So we are not going to focus only on asset, liability, and EP equation now. Okay, so H and B item, right, I won't label out at all. Even if there is in the question, I will just skip it because it's not related. Plus, if there is insurance prabayar, can I possibly find insurance inside of the question? No, because they won't provide for me. Okay, so what they will give you is, of course, almost the same like kaedah analysis, but you will see one section missing. They will not give you buku tunai. They will only give you baki and maklumat tambahan. So the question, right, will look more, I say simpler and shorter lah, compared to kaedah analysis. And you guys should focus on this first, because what I know is for the first term exam, if your exam is after holiday, right, probably you will have kaedah perbandingan only. Unless your teacher stated have kaedah analysis, then you can prepare lah, okay? Right, so kaedah perbandingan, we use A minus L to find EP. Because you see, the main point is I must have both the model awal and the model akhir in order to find a very crucial information. Untung or rugi per se. Now, a lot of people don't understand. Teacher, why I can find untung or rugi per se through model hour and model RQ to compare? Leh? I say, you all remember the equation is model hour. You will do what? You will plus untung per se. Now, in this chapter, we will have model tambahan, okay? Plus model tambahan minus ambilan. That you will get yourself a model RQ, right? So this is the equation. Now, if I tell you I have model hour, I have model RQ, is it possible for me to find untung per se? Obviously, yes. Provided that maybe there is no model tambahan, there is no ambilan throughout the year. How should we find the untung per se? Answer is, you will throw the model hour to the other side, become negative. Am I right? So model RQ to tolak model hour will directly get you to your answer, untung per se. That's why I don't even need hasil or belanja to find it, because you can't provide me. It's okay. At least you have your model out. Then I can find you your untung per se at least. Okay? Because they are related. Without untung per se, can I possibly find model RQ? I can't. So now we will use a way to find out what's the model hour and what's the model RQ. That is going to be the first step of KAEDAH perbandingan. Step 1, you're going to only use calculator, okay? Use calculator to find model, model hour. A minus L equals to model hour. Okay, so where can I find this information from? I make it simple, okay? They will also give you 1st Jan and 31st December. There will be a list of it, okay? So what you do is, if there is, let's say A, L, okay? So what you do, you will calculate at the bottom, just like how we did for the previous question, KAEDAH analysis. We will combine all the A together, minus the L, then you get your model hour right here. Is that understandable? Yeah, so based on Baki hour, you find your model hour. But can you do the same thing for your Baki RQ to find model RQ? Answer is no. After you've done your step 1, step 2, pelarasan. But the pelarasan, mostly you only do 1 step. Do the step that is related to A or L. Must be related to asset ataupun liability sahaja. Example, hutang lapuk. If hutang lapuk RM 200, what you gotta do? The solution is minus ABT 200. Why? Because you must have the understanding that now you're doing KAEDAH perbandingan. Do I possibly need a belanja here? No, we don't need a belanja. What I want to know is, what does hutang lapuk bring to us? What's the effect of it towards my asset? Because it's a common sense thing. They give you a sentence like this. If I cannot do belanja, then what else do they want me to do? Surely there's something to do. That's why they give me the sentence, correct? So then I can only think of the step which is related to asset semasa. So you see, compared to KAEDAH analysis, right, we will have to do all without a doubt. Or you must wait for belum direkod to consider minus from ABT. But here, no need to care whether there's belum direkod or not. As long as hutang lapuk appear, I surely cannot record hutang lapuk. What else can I do? Surely it must be ABT already. So among the 2 steps, you look at which step is related to our information right now. So you will be affecting your ABT in that way. Example, ABT is here. Okay, number in front is 1,005. Number behind is 1,700. 1,900. So what you do? You go to your ABT, make it 1,700 after. So this is the solution. Okay, right. So other than that, what else? Susut nilai kendaraan 10%. Okay, so your kendaraan, maybe it's here, is 50,000 front and back. So you use the 50,000, you times with 10%, right? So that one is what we call as SN. I leave a space, 5,000. But because there is no previous SNT to happen, what I will do is I add on SN with the T. Why? Because if it's the first year calculation, SN also equivalent to SNT. So don't bother writing a second time already. So we just use the same number, add on a T shape, add on a T, then we can put as negative ABS already, which you can apply to the question. Okay, right. So once step 1 and step 2 is done, then it's time for us to find model RQ. So you have to use a penyata actually. So the penyata, right, will have 2 columns. What happened inside is you will go from a list of asset minus a list of liability. Exactly like how you find your model hour, except that model RQ cannot be using calculator, must be with the penyata. So you have to open the penyata and copy all the assets available in the list. But this one you will follow by what? RQ, of course, you take everything from 31st December, means the updated value must be selepas pelarasan. So example, your account belum terima. If I tell you that after you change it to 1,700, there is also a question about PHR. What must you do is you put 1,700 minus the PHR amount behind. Example, if the PHR is 50, so you will take 1,700 minus 50, you put it 1,650. You like to put the front or the back, no issue, because asset is the first group of item, doesn't matter. Second, if there is kendaraan for us to copy, kendaraan, I have to show them the working through this way. 50,000 minus SNT, 5,000. Put it here, 45,000. Is that okay? So normally for this penyata menghitung model RQ, right, only 2 that needs to show in a bracket is the PHR and the SNT. Why? Because I want to say these 2 things, right, are they gonna directly deduct out from the cost or the ABT? No, they are only temporarily deducting it so I can find nilai buku for now. I can find ABT that I expect to receive for the year, but it's expected, it's not happened yet. That's why I cannot confirm. I have to put it inside a bracket. But you see, how did it become 1,700? Because it was a hutang lapo. Is it something confirmed? Yes, that's why I can directly deduct from ABT. So this kind of steps you don't have to show already, okay? So in the end, asset tolak liability, you will get yourself model RQ. Okay, once the information is put, now it's time for us to find untung bersih already. So step number 3. Cari untung bersih. This one, use terbalik EP format. As in what? You just terbalik all of them lah. Initially was like this. Modal awal plus untung bersih. Modal tambahan minus ambilan, you get yourself model RQ, correct? So now I want to terbalik the whole thing. Instead of having the result, I don't want this. I want them from the result going back to the beginning of model awal. So reverse it the other way around, okay? So how will it look like? It will be model RQ, ambilan, model tambahan, model awal. So if you're wondering, teacher, why is it not model tambahan then untung bersih? Because now what information I have? I have model awal, I have model RQ. Model tambahan and ambilan will be given inside of the soalan. How do they give you? In the maklumat tambahan, they will say membawa masuk. So you know it is a model tambahan. Well, if they say ambil, this one you guys know lah, then you put it under ambilan, correct? Okay, so then the only information I don't have right now is the untung bersih. How am I supposed to do it? So we will do model RQ, go back to ambilan, go back to model tambahan, skip untung bersih, go to model awal. Okay, so that's why now once we do all the processes, then you should be able to find your answer. Untung bersih or rugi bersih, depending on your number is positive or negative. So it's possible to be rugi also, and don't be shocked lah, okay? But now, if I want to put symbol for them, this one would become positive already. Why? You're reversing the step, correct? So from initially you do negative, you want to go back in time, then you have to plus it backlog as if it never happened. While model tambahan, I also don't want it to happen. So minus it out, go to model awal also minus, then I would be able to find my untung per se or rugi per se. Okay, so right now, these are the things you gotta do. Once you have finished finding your untung per se, then probably you look at the question whether they ask for PKK or not. If they were to ask for PKK, then you just do the normal way. Where you get information from? PKK, copy everything from 31st December, Baki HP. Other than that, you will do your model awal dan model AKAUN like the normal method already. No longer the reverse version. The reverse version is only to cari untung per se. Once you found it already, isn't it I can go by the flow and get them the model AKAUN again? So that's why this is the task of KAEDAH perbandingan. It's much more simpler. You actually just need to look for two things. Model awal, model AKAUN, and also untung per se. Then finish already. Okay, and most of the time, right, their maklumat tambahan only can do one step because one of the other step is belanja or hasil, so we will skip. If it's related to asset or liability, then we will do it. So remember this concept for perbandingan. Okay, right, so now we are done. Let's look at the soalan. Question will be on page number, let me see, okay, page 13. This is where it starts, KAEDAH perbandingan. Okay, before I start here, I just want to correct something with you all because there's a wrongly written item in page number 17. Okay, y'all go to page 17. Can y'all find it? Page 17. I want you to correct this part of point 2. The simpanan tetap number is written wrongly. It's supposed to be 5,000. Okay, supposed to be 5,000. Is that okay? Yeah, so y'all just change this, that's all. So that's the only issue here lah. So y'all can try later. But I just want to make sure you guys get the correct number so that it can match with the answer behind. Sorry, not behind. The answers, right, is in the same folder as where you can get the PDF notes. So after y'all finish, right, y'all can go back to our TTC website. You look at the PDF notes and answer, you press that, you will be led into a Google Drive. Then all the notes and answers are in the same folder one. Look for form 5 lah. Okay, so you find from there. Right, so now what I want to do with you all is page 13. What to do? Number 1, read the question out, okay? They say, Puan Hakimah merupakan pemilik Hakimah Enterprise, seorang peruncit yang merekod maklumat perniagaannya tanpa menggunakan sistem catatan bergu. That's why lah, cannot balance, cannot find information because you are not doing it correctly, okay? No catatan bergu means mostly they do one step only. Catatan tunggal, only one step. So berikut merupakan maklumat yang diperoleh daripada Hakimah Enterprise. Gave us Baki. So this is the best way that they give you side by side. It's easier to see. But guys, did you notice something weird about the date? If you look at it closely, 1st January. And what's the next one beside? 30 June. How long exactly is my tempo then? If you look at the month, from January, same year to same year, June. Hey, that is only, yeah, correct, 6 months, okay? Can I possibly take full percentage whenever they ask me to calculate later? So this is something you have to be careful about. If it's only 6 months tempo, it's doable, but you will be tricked at most of the places. Like what? Example? Sebulan kind of thing. You might go and times 12, then you do wrongly. So you remind yourself, I cannot do 12 months right now. For this question, they only want tempo 6 bulan, which is setengah tahun, including later when you calculate susut nilai for percentage wise. Remember, percentage are all setahun. So how can you make it half a year? You gotta do 6 over 12. Okay, now quite a lot of students tell me, teacher, can I just put 5%? I would say no. You don't do that because now the problem is not with the percentage. The percentage is fixed to be 10% per year. It's based on your usage, but if your usage is going to be 6 months out of 12, then you put it behind, not to modify the percentage rate. Remember that, okay? So now you understand. We're going to do 6 bulan sahaja. Okay, so you can see in the list, right? They haven't given us model yet, but I want to check on one thing. Did they ask us to do penyata mengira model awal? Look down here. Penyata mengira model written 30 June. So I will consider this as model AKAUN. Since they never asked for model awal, good news, use calculator. Okay, right, come. How to find model awal? Use the 1st January, because here is all the hour. Okay, I check one more thing. Did they ask for PKK or not? Yes or if they did ask for PKK, guys, then you cannot avoid. You have to label everything exactly in detail. ABS. ABS. ABS also. So there is 3 of them. Inventory, AS. Account belum terima, AS. Account belum bayar, LS. Insurance prabayar, AS. Gaji belum bayar, LS. KAEDAH bayaran belum bayar, LS. And bank, be careful. Is the front and the back the same? Not the same number, but they are not positive, negative like that. So if you want to say it's weird, right? Normally, they will purposely do this way. One of it being written as credit. What does it mean? They are trying to tell you that at the beginning of the year, 1st January, it is a bank, AS. But when it goes to 30 June, after 6 months, the bank became overdraft bank. That's why they put a credit there. So you have to check lah. If there is nothing written beside of the numbers, means the bank are all normal AS sahaja. So right now, what y'all do? Find me what is the model awal. Okay, come, use your calculator. Everything here plus 7870 minus plus AS minus 200, 400 plus 4880. Okay, can you all calculate for me? Okay, 40,000 plus 3800, 5,700, 16,500, 2,700, 7870 to minus plus 160 minus 200 minus 400 plus 4880. If you found, let me know so we can check together. Yes, very good, Dikshita. Good job. Anyone else? Before I reveal the answer, you can also let me know. The one who got 73740, right? I'm assuming you might have added the 7870 because your number is extra by that. Yeah, the one who got 73740 is wrong. Please calculate again. Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm telling those that are wrong. Let me see. Okay, Tai Hang is correct. Good job. Wei Xing is correct as well. Leora also correct. Anyone else? I'm still waiting. You guys can have a chance to let me know your answer. Okay, good job, Sachita. Correct. Any more? Okay, that's not waste too much time over here. Okay, so you should be able to find 65270. Now, I don't mind if you didn't get to type it for me, but as long as you really did calculate on your calculator, you be honest to yourself. I really did calculate. It's the same number as what teacher said. Then it's good job to you already, okay? Don't worry about it. So 65270. This is the model hour. Now, we're going to use it for SEP later, obviously. Under PKK, we're going to use it. And second, also, we will use it for calculation of Undong Bersih. Okay, now, next up, before we can actually use everything we consider AKAUN here, 30 June, to find model AKAUN, we need to actually solve the pelarasan from point 2 onwards. Is that okay? So let's take a look at point number 2. Puan Hakimah telah menggunakan wang milik peribadinya sebanyak 14,000 untuk membayar belanja mengubah suai premis perniagaan. Now guys, when they purposely mention wang peribadi, you can suspect of 2 things. Whether it's an ambilan or it's a modal tambahan. But how do we define ambilan? If it's ambilan, she must be using money out of the business. So means like from the business bank account. She took the money for her own use. But if you look at it properly, the sentence is actually saying Puan Hakimah uses her personal money to spend on the business, right? Yeah, this is not going to be ambilan already. She's using her money for the business. How can this be ambilan? This is a modal tambahan. Very good. Modal tambahan. 14,000 as positive EP. Okay, and now guys, you see membayar what? Mengubah suai premis perniagaan. You all know what's mengubah suai? Mengubah suai is renovate. Now, of course, they say belanja is true because it's a cost what you anyhow need to spend money on the renovation. But does the renovation actually make our premise increase in value, or it will maintain the value of the premise? If you cannot understand, you just look at the comparison of two houses. One house being the most original form and the other house being renovated. Which one do you think can be sold at the higher price? Obviously, the one that's renovated, right? Because the cost that you spend on is actually to refurnishing your house, making maybe SPC flooring, you're gonna do paint, you're gonna buy like fixtures inside of the premise. You're doing renovation like cabinets as well. So those are actually investment in your asset bukan semasa. So in that case, you're supposed to add the 14,000 into your premise, okay? So making it 54,000. Now, a lot of people say, teacher, how do you know if I actually need to add into the assets? I say, other assets, you don't do anything. But ABS must calculate. Why? Because asset bukan semasa, right? They all go by this principle called principal cost. So I will only record the value as when I spend on it. So the 40,000, right, happened on 1st January. But the maklumat tambahan usually is updated as of 30 June. So it means that during the period of 6 months, we spend the money of Perminate's personal money, okay, to do renovation. That's why if it's in a period of time, then the 40,000 probably hasn't updated the 14,000 yet. So that is why they made the AKAUN part as question mark. So they want you to find it for yourself, okay? So ABS, you can add straight away. But asset semasa and liability semasa, don't do anything to them. Is that okay? It's only ABS allowed to because they go by principal cost. If you spend on it, cost bertambah. But the others, no. Others, no. Okay? Right, so now we are done with point 2 already. Normally, model tambahan's pattern is ABS to plus, model tambahan to plus. Both one. Usually it's like that. But other than that, they only do one step. Okay, like what? Point 3. Sepanjang tempoh tersebut, beliau telah mengeluarkan tunai sebanyak 870 untuk membayar sewa rumah kediamannya dan juga mengambil barang-barang bernilai purata 250 sebulan. This one is obvious enough that it's an ambulan already, right? Because it say ambulan. So we don't care about what she took. What I want to know is how much is the ambulan in total. That is all you need to find out, okay? Ambulan. How to get? Guys, it will be 870 once and take 250 times 6 months. Add these two values together. 250 times 6 is 1,500. If we add this with 870, ambulan will be equals to 2370. Negative EP. Settle. Okay, do not do anything to tunai or even the barang, by the way, because barang is gonna be berlian related. Do we have berlian here? No, we don't do belanja. And also, tunai is nowhere to be found. And even if you want to, you can only take it out from bank. But did you realize that bank, throughout the 6 months, actually did have some changes? It increased. It might also have decreased throughout 6 months. So who knows whether they have done it or not. So for this kind of point, unless stated belum di record, only you go and deduct your bank. But if they never say, please don't do anything. So I have again mentioned the logic behind of the ABS having to plus is because it's go by principal cost. So I can plus it when I spend on it because they wouldn't update. But for asset semester, liability semester, if I want to take out the money, bank immediately will be affected, correct? So it should be recorded inside already, unless they tell you hasn't recorded. So you help them with it, okay? So do not do anything for ambilan when it comes to AS or any other things. But ambilan, you have to write up only one step. Okay, point 4. Seorang account belum terima yang jumlah hutangnya 120 telah meninggal dunia. Hutangnya dihapuskan sebagai hutang lapor. This is the example I said. You cannot do anything about the hutang lapor, but you can at least hutangnya dihapuskan. From where? Account belum terima. So now we're going to take the 120 out. Should I apply the minus 120 to 2,700 or 3,100? If I want to do pelarasan, do I apply it to the beginning of the year or after 6 months? Yeah, of course. When you do pelarasan, we never touch on baki awal. Why? Because baki awal is from the previous year. Now we should do the most updated number. As of now, 30 June, 3,100 is no longer 3,100 because 120 couldn't receive back. So what is the latest number if we deducted it out? It will only be left with 2980. So this is your latest APT and we are done. Okay, so cannot do anything about hutang lapor ma. So the common sense is we gotta minus it out from APT only because out of the 2 steps, only applicable ones is my asset related item. Okay, right, so last, alatan kedai. Susut nilai sebanyak 10% atas cost. So what I do is SN, leave a space, alatan kedai. We already know what it's going to be lah, but I just want to make sure you understand the concept. If you do not find susut nilai, can you possibly have susut nilai terkumpul? SNT is always the second step, so I just follow by the rule first lah, okay? I find SN, and if there is no previous SNT, this is my SNT lo, okay? So what we do, take 10% out from alatan kedai. Take the latest one, 4,002. I already said they go by atas cost. They go by princip cost. So why did it go from 3,008 to 4,002? Probably in the 6 months time, they have bought extra of 400 ringgit alatan kedai. So they already updated, you don't care. But we have to take the latest cost of it. So 4,200 alatan kedai. If I times 10% to it, you just cover one of the 0. It's going to equals to 420. But the 420 is gonna be used as susut nilai terkumpul. How are you supposed to know if there is any previous amount? I say, if there is a previous amount, you need to understand SNT is a form of negative ABS. Assets, right? Should be in the list already, but they never give you in the baki, means that previously there is no susut nilai terkumpul. Okay, so that's why this is the first time. Use it as negative ABS. Okay, so if you want to avoid from missing out, right, I guess y'all can use a special color, blue color pen or red color pen to remind yourself that later for alatan kedai, I must make sure this to be written as cost. I will have an SNT of 420. So as to the nilai buku, don't have to find it here. Oh, okay, wait. Yeah, correct. Very good, Dishita, you remember. So what did I say about the months just now? This 10% is setahun. Seems like Dishita can remember, but the rest of you, did you notice or not? Didn't notice, okay? So what must we do? You have to do 6/12. Very good, okay? So if it's halved, means that we're going to see as how much? 420 divided by 2. Half ma. 210. Yeah, so we're going to put this instead of 420. For your SNT later. Is that okay? So we just adjust it to 210 because we're doing only 6 months. Very good that you guys realized it. Okay, so now we finish with this part here. There is no PHR for us, which means very good lah, okay? Then later when you do your model RQ, what should you put in? There is only these numbers to be put in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't have insurance prabayar or gaji belum bayar. So don't have to write these 2 names in for your model RQ. Okay, no need for them. So now, since we have finished discussing this question, let's go ahead and write the answers out lor, since I still have time. So I want to at least finish part A and B with you. Then the C, you can just do it yourself like the normal way. Okay, right. So part A, penyata mengira model pada 30 June. You prepare a new page lah, so it's more organized. So this is page 30, question 1. Part A. Now the title, everything I just leave out first because you all can copy from the question paper, right? What's important is the content inside. So I will leave the title for you. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 16. Okay, I prepared 16 rows of space because we have about 8 things. I normally go estimate by, if I have 8, I times 2 lah. I estimate only because you must understand there are some rows that you have to be emptied out for this kind of label like RM and stuff like that. So of course, by the time exam, you don't waste too much time on estimating. Just use pencil to draw the lines. You're allowed to use pencil for that, drawing lines. And if it's too much, you erase. Too little, you add on to it. Is that okay? So don't have to estimate by then lah. Now the formula for A, you want to find model AKAUN, right? Asset, tolak liability. So we don't care whether it's ABS or AS. So any assets all put inside here. Okay, so we start from the first category, asset. Okay, so I never rearrange lah. I will follow exactly what's given under 30 June. So my assets available are premise, alatan kedai with working to be done. Okay, also perabot, inventory AKAUN, account belum terima, and bank. Okay, so there should be 6 of them to be recorded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to be put in. Okay, come. So assets, yeah. First one, copy premise. Where you want to put it, whether the first column or the second column, is up to you. If you want to standardize everything the same way, then you can put all your assets on the first column first. Later, only we bring to the back. 54,000. Next one, alatan kedai. This one has a working, so you're going to put inside of the bracket, showing the latest cost 4,200 to minus with half a year susut nilai terkumpul 210. So if you take that to minus, alatan kedai will be nilai buku 3990. Now the nilai buku actually is just for reference purpose lah. As if like if you want to sell right now, do you know what is the latest price of your alatan kedai? They are 3990. So if you can sell above of the price, you earn. But if you cannot, then sorry to say you're having a rookie loss. So it's only meant for this kind of purpose. But if you're not selling it, right, then every year you still continue the calculation. Okay, right. So after alatan kedai, we have perabot. No changes on the perabot, just copy 5,700. Okay, go on. We have inventory. Make sure to add the word AKAUN behind because you're doing of 30 June, right? Consider the end of setengah tahun lah. So inventory AKAUN is 15890. Take everything from baki AKAUN sahaja ya. And account belum terima. No need to put bracket for the minus hutang lapor. Just put the latest number in. 2980 will do. So I already told you all, the ones that need to put in bracket, right, are things that's not confirmed yet, like PHR, S&T, these two. But if it's already confirmed, like hutang lapor, then we just minus it out, put the latest number will do. Okay. Now after ABT, one more. Don't miss out your bank. 8990. Okay, so there's 6 of assets here. So let's add them together. If you found, please let me know. Okay, Junkit is correct. Can proceed to put to the second column on the right side, below. Anyone else? I'm waiting for you guys as well. giving you guys some chance to calculate lah. Otherwise, later you'll say, teacher, you only calculate yourself, you never wait for me. I give you guys chance, okay? Please make sure you all calculate that. Okay, Wei Xin is correct. Dikshita is also correct. Good job. Any more? Okay, Kai Hang is correct. Leora also correct. All right, good job, Megan. Very good. So number is 91550. Sachita also, good job. 91550. So now that we found the asset already, it's time to minus liability. So we do not have a lot of liability, but we want to check out because if you at least have two, right, then sorry, you have to put it on the first column to combine first, okay? So we take a look at the liability we have. For this question, what's left? We only have 8,600 and 470 kada bayaran belum bayar. But regardless of that, we still have two, right? So no choice, you gotta put them to your first column. Jumlahkan first. Okay, come. Account belum bayar. 8,600 and kada bayaran belum bayar. 470. Okay, add them together. Put to the back. 9,070 to be minus out. So anyone can tell me what is the model RQ you will find here by having asset tolak liability? $91,550 minus 9,070. Okay, good job, Sachita, Junkit, and Dikshita. Hai Hang also correct already. Leora as well. Okay, it is 82,480. Okay, so now we already have our model out. I also have my model RQ. What else did we have? We also found model tambahan and ambulan inside of the question, correct? So now we have a full set. We can now do the terbalik version of equity per minute to find out our untung atau rugi bersih using part B format, okay? Iwan setengah tahun now, okay? So guys, it can really fit below one. So part A finish, do your part B at the bottom. It's a very short process, so definitely you can fit them. Yeah, same thing, title also you put by yourself later, just copy. Not much of issue there. Copy only. Lengthwise, I think no need to estimate lah. Just use the remaining spaces you have because your part C PKK, right, will surely need one page by its own. So you just use the remaining. Okay, use them all. Also 2 RM. Now, when do we use 3 and when do we use 2? I say mostly, right, for other chapters, you use 2. Only when you do account perdagangan dan untung rugi dan PKK, yes, then you use 3 columns. Only those 2 reports, 3. The rest all is 2-1 because we only have a group of things to plus, group of things to minus. So plus 1 group, minus 1 group. So 2 columns is more than enough, okay? Right, so what we gotta do? Start from model RQ. That's the whole purpose of it. We want to continue with the answer we found in part A. So model RQ to start off from, we want to make sure that the KAEDAH perbandingan is working the correct way. So when you terbalikkan, what should be the beginning? Model RQ. What should be the ending? Model awal. So this is what you must see. Model RQ to start, model RQ to end. So what's inside? You can rearrange your stuff. So which one to start first? Among untung bersih don't have lah. Okay, no untung bersih. So we have model tambahan and ambilan. Which one to go with model RQ? You just go by the normal way. Usually, model RQ, above of it is ambilan. So now, ambilan will be below of it because we're reversing it, right? Ambilan to plus. What is the number? Follow here. Ambilan is 2370. Bring in 2370. Okay, add together, reversing, right? 82480 minus 2370 minus pula. 82480 plus, sorry, say wrongly, plus 2370. Here, when we combine, ambilan is at point number 3. You take 870 plus with 250 times 6. You cannot just 870 plus 250 because 250 is sebulan. So what you do is you take 250, you times with 6 months. Okay. So you get 1,005 here. The 1,005 will add together with 870. Or you multiply by 6. Cannot, because they separate the sentence, right? They say mengeluarkan tunai sebanyak 870 only. They never say untuk sebulan. If they say sebulan, then it's gonna be times 6, but they never. So they separate it, means 2 will be different calculation. Okay, right. So added together, okay, good. Leora is 84,850. Then minus. Okay, now you say we have one more thing left lah, modal tambahan, and then only we will go to modal awal. So these two, right, both usually is positive one, but now that we reverse it, that's why they will be at the bottom section to be minus out from the jumlah. So modal tambahan followed by second point actually. Second point is the modal tambahan part, okay, where they do renovation, 14,000. And modal awal is the answer we found ourselves. So if you find it wrongly, then obviously you're not going to get the correct answer. So it's from here. Modal awal 65270. 65270. Combine it. Bring over to the second column. Just double confirm now, okay? I know sometimes it doesn't need to press calculator, but it's exam time, you gotta be more careful, right? Okay, extra careful. So add together, yeah, it's gonna be 79,270 for us to deduct. So I can see that now it is gonna end up in a positive value. What do we call the final result here? If it's a positive value that you're gonna be seeing, we're gonna call it as untung bersih. Okay, so how much is the untung bersih, guys? Take 84,850 minus 79,270. Untung bersih equals to? Yeah, very good. Okay, Sachita, Kai Hang, and Junkit, good job. It is 5580. Okay, so guys, now you already gotten everything you need, okay? So for part C, right, basically just copy back whatever you have written before. You will feel very duplicate one, you know why? Because whatever you do in your PKK is the information you have written in part A. Just that, except they don't let you do the mixture version. Because in part A, we don't care whether it's ABS or AS what. But in PKK, you gotta reorganize, making sure that premise, alatan kedai, and perabot being put into asset bukan semasa. And what else you gotta do? Inventory RQ, ABT, bank put under AS, and then you gotta minus liability semasa. Get a modal kerja, combine. So what you should get for the upper section and the bottom section must be 82480. Yeah, so you will get the same number because what happens is how you know it's gonna be the same as modal RQ if there is no pinjaman or gadai janji. Because pinjaman and gadai janji, right, is liability. You understand it's A equals to L plus EP ma. But now the L supposed to be two types, LS, LBS. Yet when we do PKK, what will we apply? We will bring the LS to the other side to minus. Imagine not having any LBS at all. What is the bottom section consist of? Only EP. So that's why you will end your bottom section with what number? Modal RQ. So what you should get for your PKK is, no matter the upper section or the bottom section, must be equals to 82480. So I personally think KAEDAH perbandingan is so much better than KAEDAH analysis because the information we need is fixed already. You only take asset, liability, and EP. Do not overthink. If they never say belum di record, we only do the step that is obvious. But if they do say belum di record, or like I say, if it's related to asset bukan semasa, yes, you will have to apply plus or minus into the only ABS. The rest, you will consider whether it's applicable or not. Like the situation of hutang lapuk, do we have a choice? I say no, because what else can you do other than minus ABT. Takkan you do hutang lapor, right? It's not accepted in the KAEDAH. So that's why we are forced to minus ABT. But when we are given a choice, which is like point number 3, the ambulan, both also can be inside of the list, right? Like AS, but can we really minus from tunai? We can't, because they never say the mengeluarkan wasn't recorded. That's why we will just skip the tunai, only focus on the obvious point, which is ambulan that they're emphasizing on. Okay, all right, so this is for our session today, seminar. Okay, by the way, just saying that I don't know whether there's any outsiders here in the class currently, because I cannot really remember a lot of names, okay? I'm so sorry if I don't remember your name, but I see some of you guys are in my usual session lah. So by the way, I'm showing you part A already, Sachita. Okay. I'm telling you guys that I have my own YouTube channel. So if let's say you feel like the record tak lengkap explanation for today is not enough, you feel like you want more, okay? So I have another video for you to see. It's 18 minutes only of solving a question. So I only talk about record tak lengkap KAEDAH analysis because that's tougher. So you guys can refer to this link to that video. It's an English version for overall lah, okay? So you can take a look at the video. Or anything else, you can also look at the list of videos I have in my YouTube channel. So whichever can help you lah, you'll just view it, okay? As to chapter 3.1, 3.1, right? Let me see. 3.1, I also have a video. If you have penyata penyesuaian bank to come out in your exam, let me find the video for you. Where is it? Give me a moment. Need to find. There's too many things in my YouTube channel. Wait. English version. Okay, I found it. Wait. This one is going to be penyata penyesuaian bank. Okay, you all can look for this video if you need it lah. If your school only comes out with chapter 1 and 2, then you can just skip the chapter 3. Okay. If you have a question, you can contact me through my Instagram page. This is my Instagram page, okay? You all can find me there lah. You can DM me. I will try to answer to your questions. And if you need to take picture of questions for me, right? I hope that you guys can take it in a vertical way. Don't be horizontal lah. Later when I see, I have to like do like this. Very hard for me. So you try to show me clearer picture so I can answer to you, okay? All right. So that's all, guys. Remember, answer where? Answer is in our website, okay? All right. So see you. Bye-bye. No problem. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.